I just wanted to start this video off on a really good note just because, as you know, Roe versus Wade got overturned after half of a century of it being in effect, which just has such a negative impact on women. Specifically, this is not to be dismissive of all women, but specifically women of color and black women. And the thing is, it's not going to make abortion stop. It's just going to limit the access, drastically limit the access to safe and healthy means of abortions. I don't want to be the type of YouTuber that tries to please people and not step on toes to kind of fit in groups. I want it to be known. Fuck the Supreme Court. Fuck anyone who sides with them, who believes in that, who believes in stripping the ability for safe healthcare, because that's what it is. It's not killing anybody. It's healthcare away from anybody. And it's so important that we're still vocal and we don't stay silent, because the reason why the biggest atrocities happen, the reason why genocides happen, the reason why rights are stripped away is because of apathy. So if we stay silent, if we just stay in the corner like it's not my business, ain't shit gonna happen. So it's really important that even on smaller platforms like this, before I blow up, I just feel like it's really important for me to make this known where I stand. It's also important to note that not everybody with a uterus identifies as a woman. So it is really about safe access to anyone who can give birth, whether they identify as a woman or not, to have access to safe healthcare. And I could literally go on and on and on about this, but I feel like the most productive thing to do right now is to make a stand, tell you where I am, and in the description below I will link organizations that you could donate to and help fund to make a safe space for people who do want safe access to healthcare. And if you don't agree with me, click off the channel, honey. This is not the place for you then. Bye. With that being said and expressed, welcome back to Vibes and Vines. I'm Kira Matsalasi, a plant mother and a music lover, and as per usual, I am here chilling amongst the vines and ready to provide all of you with the vibes. Before I get started with the video, please make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment something super nice, and share with anyone you think would get even a little bit, tiny bit out of this video. It would mean so much. I'm appreciating all the love I'm getting on my channel so far and all the support. After you are done liking, subscribing, and following on my social media, I'll give you a second. You can pause here to follow. Then let's get started with an episode that I am calling The Dead, the Dying, and the Thriving. The first plants I'm going to be showing you are one of my favorite plants, and I'll show you what they did look like too. So all the plants today, I'm going to show you what they looked like before when I got them and what they look like now. So this was kelp shake. So beautiful, so green, so neon. And the reason why I called him Kelp Shake was from that SpongeBob episode.
Everyone's enjoying a delicious kelp shake.
Look at him. He's just sad. I just had to stick him in there because I wanted him for the video. Should I just put poor Kelp Shake out of his misery, or should I try to save him? He was just dying because he was in too big of a pot, if I'm being honest, because he was in a pot this big, only with this many leaves, and that is a common mistake around a lot of plant parents, new plant parents. If you have a teeny plant and you have a cute pot, don't be in a rush to put it in that cute pot. Please let it tell you what it needs, and I just did not listen. So this is what happens when you don't listen. The next plant that is dead, I hate this, but I feel like it's important, and I'm not a perfect plant parent. Nobody is. This is just a circle of life. So the next plant I'm going to show you is a plant that I'm never going to buy again. never gonna buy again. It is a plant that is super popular and all the celebrities have it and it's super cool and it's super chic, but brace yourselves. I'm gonna brace myself, so brace yourself. I feel so bad. This was Ortancia. She was my baby. I got her a cool minute ago and this girl just did not want to grow. So, I mean, this is a lot of perlite in here. Like, what the hell is happening? She just wasn't doing good. I saw one person online say you can just snip the tops off and then it'll start growing. That was a lie. This does not work with this fiddle leaf fig. At least it didn't work for me, so I don't know. If you have a tip for fiddle leaf figs, go ahead, drop it in the description below, please. So the reason why Ortancia passed away, rest in peace, is because I either overwatered her or underwatered her. And then don't put them in a terracotta pot. That's another piece of advice I have. Don't put them in a terracotta pot or a clay pot. Keep them in ceramic or glass or plastic. I feel like that's really where they will thrive because they'll have that constant moisture. Now the next batch of plants are going to be my dying plants, and when I show y'all some of these, you're gonna be like, girl, you could have put these in dead, but I have faith in these. Like, something in my spirit is telling me to hold on. This is my plant named Hops. It is a rabbitfoot's fern, and I will show you a picture of how he used to look right when I got him. And then this happened. Ugh. The reason why Hops died is because of a few reasons. In the original pot he was in, the mixtures that they tend to have in the nursery really are just there to retain a lot of moisture. Other than that, it's really poor in nutrients after like a month. And then it becomes kind of spongy, especially with fern mixtures. So it was becoming really spongy. The root ball wasn't retaining a lot of water. It was just running through really quick, and it wasn't doing good. So simultaneously being underwatered, overwatered. It's really important too for rabbitfoot's ferns in particular because their leaves are so thin, that's why they need a higher humidity level. The next plant I'm going to show you is, this is Oswaldo. Some of y'all might be like, girl, do you know how hard these are to kill? Yes, I do know. Thank you very much. And what I'm going to tell you is, this was a case of laziness. This was one of those cases where you're looking at a plant and you're like, ooh, I should water you. I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I need to water you. I'll do it tomorrow. And then like months have passed by and you're like, I still have not watered you. But because these are so resilient and the base of the plant is still pretty green, like on the nodes, I feel like it's good to go. The last dying one, because I am a pretty decent plant mama, my spider plant. And I'll just kind of give you a 360. Bottom line, what really is the problem with it was because I wasn't watering regularly, which is kind of my, if I had to say my main issue with plants, that's kind of it. And then I kind of have realized that, ayo, like this needs to be repotted because there's like 4 spider plants in here, so there's a lot. So Aragog, I have a lot of faith in. He is doing the best out of all of them. This is the only type of spider that I can tolerate. I am not afraid of a lot. I can handle a lot in life, but spiders, I don't feel like anything should have 8 legs. It's just unnecessary. It's just, why? Now comes for the happy part, the part that makes my soul sing. The thriving plants. And like I said, luckily I have more plants that are thriving than are dying or dead. Okay, so Big Mama was a cutting that I got from my last job. I took her from before I left, and originally, like, it was just these two that were growing. Like, this was the first leaf to pop up. I put her in a terracotta pot with a really chunky soil mixture. So I have perlite in here, I have fine orchid bark, charcoal, and potting soil, but it's really chunky because monsteras like their roots to spread out, like I said before, and they like to dry out in between waterings. So either about 3/4 of the way dry, or I let it dry out completely, and she's just doing great. And I really feel like the key to her success was bright indirect light. She is in my kitchen. It does get kind of hot when the sun's beating down on the windows, so she has a decent source of humidity, and that's why my ferns like it better downstairs as well. The next plant that is thriving is going to be my Scindapsus exotica, and this, she's just doing so great. The mix I have in here is going to be perlite, worm castings, I believe, orchid bark, and potting soil. And the reason why I really have had a successful time with this Scindapsus is because they'll start to curl. Like, you'll know immediately when they need water, because they will just start to curve a little bit inward, and then I just give them a quick spurt, like quick cup of water. I don't even need to soak it, because soaking is for plants that, like, you know, like I'd soak a monstera, because you really need to it really needs to get to like a critical dryness. So this is great for beginner houseplant parents. So I do have Alexandra on my Instagram, but I have yet to show her on my channel. So this is Alexandra, and she is a hanging pot in my room, and she's getting hella long, and I'll show you a picture of how she looked when I got her from the nursery. She was already a pretty big plant. Philodendron Care is also very similar to monsteras and Scindapsus in the fact that they can get dry, and these do curl up when they need some water. But I just watered her yesterday, and she has perked right back up because they are very forgiving. Oh, and I have an update from the plant haul as well. And this is going to be Rue. I've been through hell and back with Rue. She's still in the pot that I originally placed her in the repotting video, but she's putting out so much new growth underneath, and each of these like little pieces that a leaf fell off in is going to sprout more leaves. So she's doing so good. I water her probably about like 3 times a week because she is a thirsty girl, especially when plants are established. You want to make sure they have a constant source of, you know, water, especially for plants. These are thirsty. These are hella thirsty. So cute. Proud of you. So proud of you. And with all that being said, shown, and demonstrated, thank you so much for coming back. Once again, the links for the foundations for safe abortions that you can donate to are going to be in the description below. Remember to like, remember to comment, and remember to share. Or if you can't do all of those things, if it's just too much, then go ahead, at least do one of those things and hit the subscribe button. It really helps the algorithm. I hope you have a beautiful day, a beautiful evening, and a beautiful night. Bye.